In today's video, we are in St. Paul, Minnesota, meeting a serial entrepreneur whose $3 million, 3,400 square foot laundromat wows customers in chilly Minnesota.
We have a great team set up into place to grow. We are probably going to look for partners to grow, as I have so many other things going on personally, me, that I want to help other owners kind of develop their own stores.
Let's go meet him. We're here at Wow Wash Coin Laundry. I'm here with the owner. Do you mind giving a little introduction?
My name is Nick Raehsler. I am the owner of our new brand, Wow Wash Coin Laundromats. We do own quite a few other laundromats in the St. Paul area, and this one is our new star child. And this is the new rethink of laundromats.
The rebrand?
The rebrand and the re-envisioning of how laundromats operate and the future of laundromats.
So how long have you been in the laundromat business for?
You know, this is going to be my 4th year in the business and 4th year in the city doing business in laundromats. And every year we've bought a laundromat or built a laundromat each year.
And what was the inspiration behind this? Like, how did you kind of segue into this industry?
I came from the cosmetic and beauty industry, so really not your crossover. You would never really think you're gonna go from cosmetics to laundromats. Very big jump, very odd jump. So I own a car wash as well, and these industries with laundromats as well as car wash, they cross over together. And I don't know how I came across a few laundromats one day, and there was 2 of them for sale in St. Paul, and I was like, you know what, I need a life change. I was living in Burnsville, Minnesota at the time, and I was looking for just a change. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so when I see an opportunity, I want to take it and I want to do it. And I took it, and here we are.
Well, it's worked out great so far. Have you always been entrepreneurial?
Yes, I have always worked for myself. I actually worked for my lender when I was 15 and 16 as a bank teller, and I have always worked for myself ever since I got fired.
So that was a good thing then, right?
Yes, the company that fired me is actually my biggest lender and biggest partner in building our laundromats.
Wow.
So it just came full circle.
What were kind of the struggles of being an entrepreneur and working for yourself?
The struggles would be not having enough funding. You know, when you're starting out, you need partners, you need money. Obviously, you're not going to get far in this business without, you need money. And if you don't have money, you're not going to be able to build a laundromat. So raising capital and building that to be able to get where we are today was one of the hardest things that I had to overcome. And there was a lot of times where I struggled within the cosmetic business because I tried college. I did. I went to University of St. Thomas for a semester and dropped out to go back into business full time because I'm like, I'm an entrepreneur. I can't be in college right now. So luckily it's paying off so far.
What was it like starting up the first laundromat?
When I dived headfirst into the laundromat, I took over 2 at the same day. So actually, I've never stepped foot into a laundromat until the day I owned 2. So I didn't even actually step foot in the 2 that I purchased before I bought them. I went head first into the laundromat industry. I'm like, you know, I bought into the thing where, you know, it's such an easy business. All you do is collect quarters. Well, I had a rude awakening for me. I had to quit everything else that I was possibly doing, and it was my new full-time job. Luckily, I had the ambition to do it full-time. I was working, I was the cleaner for a while starting out, and then we started growing our staff. And the manager, Danielle, who I've had since the beginning, she was one of the original staff members that we had from the start. And she's been with me ever since, and we've grown to a team of, we had like a team of 3, now we have over a dozen.
Oh, wow.
A staff of a dozen.
So how many locations do you have now?
Right here in this city that we are in right now, St. Paul, we have 3 stores in St. Paul, and then we have one about an hour and a half here in St. Cloud, Minnesota. So that'd give a total of 4 currently.
And did you do any research before you jumped in head first, or was it really just all in?
Yes, we did do a lot of research. Obviously, when you take a project like this to a lender, you can't just be like, I want to buy, because the laundromats we purchased were almost $4 million together. They're $2 million a piece. So when I purchased that, obviously the bank's not going to be like, well, we'll just give you $4 million. Good luck. We had to come up with a huge business plan. You know, what is our 5 and 10 year going to look like, and how can we turn the current business and build it larger than it already was? Luckily for me, the business was already proven successful when we took over, so we were able to build on that and grow on that from where it was.
So you bought this as a different brand and rebranded it, or you started it up from the ground
This
up?
store was a re-envisioning of the two that I had bought. They were kind of brand new. The stores weren't even a few years old. And we completely re-envisioned those two stores into this store to be the next generation of laundromats, as you've seen with like our Starbucks bar and just how inviting the store is. This store, we completely just re-envisioned of what a laundromat looks and feels like.
Would you mind showing us this location?
Yes, we sure can.
Awesome. We are now outside of the laundromat. Do you mind telling me a little bit about the surrounding area?
Absolutely. So when I was looking for lots to build a laundromat, our biggest thing was parking and visibility. So as you can see in the area here, we have more parking that you've probably seen at quite a few laundromats that you've been to, and a lot of you guys have seen in laundromats, because usually you have a small parking space or a small lot. This lot, we picked it out for the parking and the visibility and the street and the demographics. It checked all of our boxes that we had perfectly.
Awesome. Well, speaking of demographics, what are some of the people that you see come here every day?
The demographics that we're gonna see are mainly renters, Hispanics, Asian. We have all walks of life come in here. You know, and we don't discriminate how they want to pay either. They can pay coin, card, cash, loyalty card. Everyone's welcome here. So I want to say most of our customers are going to be renters in the area, and we have big facilities with renters right around here. I think I can't know the exact statistics, so don't quote me on it, but I know it's above 50% renters in this area.
Awesome. Well, you said you chose this for the parking, the visibility, but did you do any research on this location in specific, like the surrounding area and all of that stuff?
Absolutely. So the surrounding area, we already own two laundromats. One's a mile east of here, and the other one's another additional mile east of here. So it's 2 miles from here. So we already know, my staff is already from the neighborhood. They live here. We're very well versed in the neighborhood, and we know the neighborhood. This one was just far enough away where it touches a different pool of customers that we were able to grab that do not pull from our other stores.
Awesome. Yeah, so how is that a little different from the other locations?
We're so the population density right here is so large that we don't pull from those stores because it's just too far. So they're different neighborhoods, but it's the same city.
Gotcha. So you said you see a lot of renters coming in here, and speaking of that, do you rent this building? Do you lease it? Do you own it?
Oh no, yeah, we only buy our real estate.
Okay.
So that was one of our biggest things, and that is the biggest driver that's actually been able to allow us to build more laundromats is having the real estate, because we're able to borrow against the real estate to open up more laundromats. So that is a very big part of our success, is being able to use our equity to fund other new builds.
I do see a lot of other laundromat owners leasing their buildings. What do you say are some of the benefits of purchasing?
I am not a leaser. I will lease to you if you want to lease from me. But I'm not a guy who likes leasing. I'm not the best one to ask for advice on that. I just don't like leasing, because I like to decide what to do on our property.
All right, well, what was this before you ended up purchasing it?
It was a small, raggedy old drive-through bank from the 70s, and it was kind of abandoned. So we actually still have a vault downstairs, a concrete bunker that we kept from when we demolished most of the building. There was a small 300 square foot drive-through, and then, I shouldn't say the drive-through, but the teller area was about 300 square feet. And then there was 5 or 6 different drive-through lanes that we completely closed in and built a laundromat around it.
Well, would you say that laundromats are better businesses than banks?
You know, when I bought the property and I opened the vault, there was no money in it. So now when I open my vault and my quarters, there's lots of quarters.
So yes.
So far.
Awesome. Do you mind showing us inside?
Yes.
Awesome.
Let's go. See it.
Awesome. Awesome. So I see at first we have the sliding doors here. Was that originally in there when you bought it?
Oh, absolutely not. This place was completely kind of demolished when we took over. That was a very important asset for us to add because the sliding door allows people with laundry baskets to come in easily without having to grab a door, to hold the door open and bring their laundry baskets in. That is a must-have for all laundromats.
Awesome. Well, I see we have the wash, dry, fold. So that seems like that's a big aspect of your laundromat here.
That is not as big of an aspect as you would think it is. A lot of laundromat owners focus on wash, dry, fold. We are solely focused on self-serve. We are just dabbling with a little bit wash, dry, fold in this store as we're testing the waters and seeing what's going to stick, because we are working on franchising this store. So we're trying, this is kind of our test store like I was kind of talking about. We're re-envisioning what a laundromat's gonna be, and this store is kind of used as our test store to figure out what works and what's not working.
Awesome. Well, we'll get into more details about that later. Can you tell me a little bit about the ATM over here?
Yes, that ATM is reinforced by tons of steel bars in the wall. All of our other stores, the ATMs have been tried to be ripped out of the wall. This one is not going anywhere.
What was the thought process in putting an ATM here? I don't see a lot of those. I usually see payment centers.
You know, I am one of those owners that I don't discriminate of how the customer wants to pay us. I really don't. They can pay us by cash, coin, card, loyalty card, payment system. We accept it all.
I see my attention is brought over here to this really big machine that has almost like a latch-like closing. Do you mind telling me a little bit about this?
This is the big industrial washer. It will do 17 loads of laundry. It's a 135-pound washer. This is actually one of our busiest machines in the store because people can wash everything all at once. Especially for big families, you have renters who are usually larger family households, so there's more people and not enough washers at that. You know, if they have like an apartment and there's a larger family, they can do all of their kids' clothes all in one.
Do you have a larger dryer to kind of go with this as well, or do you have to do multiple loads from this washer into the dryer?
Depending on how tightly packed they get this washer, you might need 83-pound dryers over there behind us. Otherwise, you can usually get away with just one.
Awesome. What's the price point on this one?
This one starts at $25.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of price points, do you mind telling me a little bit about the payment center over here?
Yes. All of our stores have always been Fast Card stores. We love the system that we use with Fast Card. I'm not affiliated with them. I just love how it tracks coin and card, and it gives the customers an option of how they want to pay us.
Awesome. Well, this is a little new. I haven't seen this before. What kind of system do you use with this?
This system is where the customers can get a loyalty card. So you can use it by your app. They can use it on their app to start the washers behind you. With the F3 readers that we have there, it takes Apple Pay, Google Pay, it accepts everything, and you can load cash onto this to get a loyalty card. Similar to like you see in other laundromats.
Awesome. Well, being hybrid, do you think that you'll transition into fully virtual payments, or you'll keep the cash as well?
You know, as things progress, we might get to that point, but for now, in the next 5 or 10 years, we'll still be taking cash.
Which one do you see used more?
Our customers will use the coin more often.
Awesome. And do you have like a reward system with this?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
So the customers who are loyal, they will go through the hassle of getting a loyalty card. Sometimes customers just don't want to deal with getting a loyalty program. You know, when you go to the mall or the store wants to sign you up for a loyalty program, you're like, oh, just take my money, stop asking me questions. That's kind of how I feel when I go to a store, and I don't want my customers pressured to buy or get a loyalty card from us. They can do whatever they want. It's 10% off of their reloads. So if they get $20, they get $2 free, so they get $22. You know, $100, they would get $10 free. Actually, no, I think 100, we give $20, so they get 20%.
Awesome.
So they do get, the higher they go, the more they get.
So it seems like it's a little bit worthwhile then, right?
Yes, it is. Customers, we reward the good customers who want to keep coming back.
Your restroom is over here as well as a water fountain. I see there might be some hefty security on the restroom.
Yes, I know everyone watching this. Restrooms are always a big thing in the industry. We are fully staffed here, but I will tell you, this is probably the nicest restroom you see and you will see.
So tell me a little bit more about your security, because I feel every corner there's a camera. I see a lot of keypads to buzz you in.
Yes, security was a very big thing for me when I built this business and this store and re-envisioned this area, because I wanted the customers to know that they are safe here, even though the area might be a little bit, area that the laundromats in are harder neighborhoods. Naturally, they're gonna be a harder neighborhood. So when the customers come here, it's a different world. Safety, brightness, security, just an experience that they won't get anywhere else in the neighborhood.
So, well, I think this is going to be my favorite part over here. It's the Starbucks kiosk.
Yes.
Whose idea was this?
My staff was always looking for something. They always were bringing in their own coffee. They had their own little Keurig. And, I was like, what do you guys think if we added something that was kind of a low-cost item for a customer to come in here and have Starbucks? Because you go to the airport and you can get Starbucks. And when you go into a laundromat, you don't really expect to see a fancy touchscreen Starbucks machine. And that was one of our differences when we built this store, is we wanted to come in here and be like, wow, I can get Starbucks at the laundromat and do my laundry. Like, you can't get that anywhere else. So it's just kind of a fun little twist that we put onto the laundromat when we partnered with a little bit with Starbucks. It's called Starbucks We Proudly Serve. That is the program.
And how about the seating here? It's very chic. What was the thought process behind the aesthetic?
We wanted to keep the building and the layout more modern for kind of the next generation of laundromats. We don't want the typical laundromat seating that you see everyone have. So we opted for something that's a little bit more modern, kind of more airport seating. As you can see, they're just really nice and sleek.
Yeah, it's very visually
and they're
pleasing.
very strong seats.
How about the folding station over here?
Yes. So we're trying out a few different items for the folding tables. This was one item that we're still testing out. I'm not the biggest fan of the stainless steel folding tables. We're opting for more custom folding tables with we're gonna be using the same material of our quartz marble countertops into this. We haven't got them yet.
As we walk down the aisle, I see it's very open. Is that intentional?
This was intentional. When everything is on paper, everything looks larger on paper, and then in person you're like, I need 2 more feet here. It still is very large. Our aisles are large enough to get 2 huge carts down with a busy audience in here doing laundry on a busy Sunday. But yes, if you need more space, always add a few extra square feet if you were building out a laundromat. You will never regret having extra space.
So how do you disperse the equipment? Tell me about what's on the left, what's on the right.
Yes, on the front of the containers here for the soap tray compartments, you will see the size load of the machine and how many baskets, which is a very good general consensus to the customer, how many baskets this machine will actually fit. This one is a 45-pound machine. It'll fit about 4 regular baskets of laundry. And the one on the other side of the aisle are all 60-pound washers that will fit 6 regular baskets of laundry.
Tell me about the manufacturer of these machines.
Yes, so these would be all the Claris 5 Electrolux machines, and they are distributed by Laundry Lux out of New York. All of our other laundromats are all Electrolux stores. We are Electrolux diehard fans. I love Electrolux, and they are all soft mounts. So they spin at 450 Gs. Unlike most stores that are even being built today, they stick around 200 Gs or 100 Gs. So these ones spin so fast that when the clothes come out of the washer, they feel dry. As you know, you can see the touchscreen here. So, experience the best touch to start. So when you're on the screen, you can choose different options here, which is cold, warm, hot, quick wash, and delicate. So as you click on one of the washes, you can see the price will change based on what you click. Then you can add, extra rinse, heavily soiled, and that changes the price accordingly to how it needs to be changed on there. And you can select your language if you do not know how to, if you need whatever language you want,
oh, wow,
the machine will have.
That's super convenient.
It is very convenient for everyone who doesn't speak English, yes.
We have the infamous marble over here. Tell me a little bit about this seating arrangement. It's a bit different than the airport seating over there.
It is a little bit different. This one was kind of a cafe style, so if you walk into a new hip coffee bar, they usually have seating at the front for people to, look out into the street or whatnot, and it's nice, big, floor-to-ceiling windows that we have here. So our seating, it's a beautiful view. I mean, you get a view of the $22 million community center across the street that they just built. And it's great. Actually, it's a very nice building. But we wanted a place where customers could set up their laptop and work. We have a lot of people who come in here and set up their laptop and work while they're waiting for their laundry to get done.
Well, I see you have some of the laundry carts over here. Is that the only space you have for them? Are they dispersed throughout?
They are all dispersed throughout. However, the laundry carts find themselves way over here all the time. They congregate in the corner. They all have their own wheels and they drive themselves to the corner. It's kind of funny how they all congregate right here, but they're supposed to be way over there.
Well, I see we have some bigger machines over here. These are the dryers, correct?
These are the dryers. So most laundromats, you have usually 3 or 4 different sizes of dryers. We opted with the mid-size dryer, and we have a super large dryer. So these dryers are actually oversized for a lot of the smaller machines and the medium machines because people have a tendency to overstuff washers. So in that sense, usually the dryer's overstuffed. But we opted with the larger size dryers to kind of combat the overstuffing of the dryer. We didn't give them an option to have a small dryer. They go from large to extra large.
So strategic?
It was kind of our benefit to the customer, but the dryers are at a higher price point because we are at a few minutes per quarter. So it is a very higher price point, but they are a guaranteed dry one-time price.
Awesome, and these are the smaller machines over here?
These are the smaller double load machines that we have. These will fit 2 regular size baskets of laundry, larger than your typical washer that you would find at your house. These ones are double load.
And above I see we have some decor, some LED signs.
Yes, there is a story behind those. The So Fresh, So Clean started to be kind of our brand image from our other stores. And we got the idea, I want to say, I got it before I even owned the laundromat because I was at a clean show before I even owned laundromats, and we saw these neon signs. Not specifically these ones, but similar to it. I'm like, wow, those would look really good above our dryers. So we added them at our other store, and now the customers say, we can always see the blue glow down the street. We know we're close by the laundromat. I was like, all right, well, that's just our personal touch.
Yeah, it's definitely very visual. It adds to the visuals of the whole entire place.
It is, yes.
Well, let's go take a look at the big marble table over there.
Yeah, that's your favorite part, isn't it?
We've jumped now to the front of the store. I see we have a big table. Is this a folding center? What is this?
Yes, so when we were envisioning the store, when they first come in, we wanted them to have an experience that they just wouldn't get anywhere else in the neighborhood. And what better way than to have a huge slab of marble right front and center that acts as a folding table. This was actually a $20,000 folding table that we designed. Very obscene, very over the top. But it's actually one of our customers' favorite things because it's so large that they're able to fold huge sheets and tablecloths. This is great for tablecloths.
Can we take a look at the kids zone over here?
Yes, absolutely.
So did you have this originally, or was this something added along the way?
All of our laundromats have always featured kind of a literacy center for the Replay Learn. And that is kind of a big thing where kids can take home books when they want to take those home. And we really wanted kind of it front and center for the laundromat so the kids can have just a safe space to do whatever the heck they want.
Do you mind if we jump back over to your wash, dry, fold center?
Yes, we sure can.
We're now inside the wash, dry, fold center. Is this a big part of your store?
This is not as big of a part as most owners would make it in their store. This was definitely set up to be an auxiliary for our business because our main business is self-serve laundry, and we are testing the waters with different variations of wash, dry, fold. It is not a huge priority to us at this moment. As you can see, it is full of M&Ms and snacks, which we actually sell a lot of candy out of here.
Really?
Yes. On Sundays, I think we sold, this past Sunday, we sold like $180 of like Skittles and M&Ms and stuff.
Awesome, and I know that you guys have some candy back here. Do you have any soaps that you sell? Any laundry bags?
Yes, we do. And we're actually out of laundry bags right now. And we're pretty low on detergents, but we do have all kinds of different detergents, Tide, Gain, powders. We have all kinds of stuff.
Awesome. Well, let's go take a look at behind the scenes if that's okay with you.
Yes, I can't wait to show you guys that.
So we've jumped back behind the dryers.
Yes, we did.
Can you tell me a little bit about this?
Yeah, so most behind the dryers of laundromats are pretty dingy, dark, dusty, linty. They're not somewhere where you usually want to go. This is probably going to be the cleanest behind the dryers that anyone's ever going to see. And it was very important for us to have an additional employee space. So not only do they have an employee space up in front, they also have an escape for the back. So they have their own fridge and their own microwave that does get used back here. And then we have all of our spare parts for the laundromat and the dryers back here behind the dryers. And this is where we kind of keep all of our tools and maintenance stuff for the other stores as well.
So with maintenance, do you hire somebody? Do the employees do it? Do you do it?
Yes, we now have a full-time maintenance guy. We used to outsource all of our maintenance to a distributor, which we still need to use them for things that are just too big for us to repair. However, yes, we do all of our own maintenance now because we are at the size where we have to do our own.
And speaking of the ventilation systems, is that through the roof, through the side? How do you do that?
Yes, so all of our dryers are individually ducted. So that means each dryer has its own duct to the outside, and the air intake system above here is all on automatic louvers. So when it detects a dryer is operating, it opens the louver that is correlating with that dryer to take the fresh air intake in.
How are you planning to grow in these next couple of years?
We have a great team set up into place to grow. We are probably going to look for partners to grow, as I have so many other things going on personally, that I want to help other owners kind of develop their own stores. Learn from my mistakes, because I've made a lot of mistakes. I haven't been in the business that long, but I've made a lot of mistakes, and we have learned from them.
What advice would you give to somebody wanting to start up in this business?
You're not just going to collect quarters, it's going to be a lot more than that. That is my biggest advice, because that is what I thought I was doing, and I am definitely not doing that.
Did it surprise you, with what you first thought kind of being in the business was versus what it is now?
I came from a totally different clientele. It was like a night and day difference from what was going on and what we were experiencing at the other companies that I owned before this to here. Totally different operation, and it was a huge change for me personally because I've never really been in a business like this.
So I'd like to dive into your involvement with the CLA.
Yes, I initially was a member right off the bat. I was always active in the CLA, and things got busy when we were trying to build our laundromats, and we were so busy, laser focused on building our stores, that we started to really get back into the CLA with my friend Ross, and then Brian Wallace himself actually stopped over here in the middle. It was negative 30 degrees out. I think I had COVID, and I'm like, I'll still meet you here. And we were out here shivering, freezing, and he made the trip over here just to see what we were building. And that to me just spoke volumes of how much the CLA cares about the industry and the coin laundry industry. And I knew from there, I'm like, I have to be a member from now on all the time. I cannot let my membership lapse because they're there for us. And it is like, it's a great family, and they're always looking out for you, and they always are there to give you advice when you need it for your laundromat. It's a great group of people at the CLA.
Other than a sense of community, what benefits do we provide for you?
Yes, and that would be the access to the education and the knowledge and all of the industry data that CLA takes and collects from business owners and kind of creates, like background insights of everything going on in the industry, as well as all of the important events like the Wash Dry Fold events and all of the other events that get owners together to kind of converse and how you can grow and excel in the industry. Is very important to me to be involved in, and that is one of the biggest assets that the CLA provides, as well as access to distributors and their lots of connection to vendors is very important to me too.
Well, which events have you been to personally?
I have been to quite a few of them. I always love the Clean Show, although that's not specifically CLA's main personal event. It is one of the events that they co-host every two years, and that is the one I'm always make sure that we're at ever since I got into the industry, because we always want to stay ahead of what's next in the industry. And that was my personal favorite event to be at, and I spoke at the last one. And I love it.
Have you discovered anything new to use through the shows? Like I know they're doing AI now.
That's what I was just gonna say. Yes, AI, we're gonna start experimenting with some more AI here, especially on the call center side of things for when customers have issues. I know some owners are into the AI receptionist. We've always still had a human answer, but we're dabbling a little bit into that to see how we can streamline access to like bathrooms and codes for that, and easily asked, frequently asked questions for customers where an AI assistant can help quickly get those customers the answers they need faster than someone on our team can. So we're trying to dabble in it.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's exciting. Well, how did you hear about the CLA?
I heard about the CLA just from research online when I was getting into the industry. I was researching everything about the Coin Laundry Association and the industry. And, you know, of course, like a lot of new owners, or you see on social media or Instagram or TikTok of all the owners collecting money in quarters. I was like, I gotta look into this more. And then I got deeper and figured out that it's a lot more than just collecting quarters. It is very, it's lots of operations that go on into a laundromat.
Have you seen a lot of growth through the association?
I have. In the last few years, the CLA has gone kind of an overhaul with even their board, as well as kind of how they're operating. They have, and I think they even have a credit card now. So they're really up and coming over there at the CLA. Lots of change has been going on over there.
Well, would you recommend people wanting to get into the business to become a part of the CLA?
Absolutely. I think it's a very important thing to be in, especially with their partnership with the Laundry Cares Foundation. That's a very important partnership of the CLA that they have, and that is very important to me to be involved in too. Speaking with our literacy program for kids, and then we're going to have that free laundry day with the CLA and Laundry Cares. We're planning for next year when it's warmer out.
Awesome. Well, it's a beautiful place, and thank you so much for showing us.
Yes, you are so welcome, Kiki.
It was so great meeting Nick, and I can't wait to see his expansion. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe to see us next Sunday. Here at Wow Wash, Nick has been a member of the CLA since the start. The CLA is a preeminent resource for laundromat professionals. If you want to become a member, make sure you scan the QR code and join today.